first and last name and where you're from right now. We'll hook you up. 302-858-5117. Again, a Blu-ray combo pack of the movie Jerry and Marge Go Large. First couple people to text in, we will hook you up. And Jess, you got the rundown.
Bryan Cranston, Annette Bening, and Rainn Wilson star in Jerry and Marge Go Large. It is inspired by a true story. A retiree named Jerry Selby discovers a mathematical loophole to win the lottery. He and his wife Marge use their winnings to revive their small hometown. But when a selfish college student cheats the system, Jerry must find a way to make the game fair for all. You can buy Jerry and Marge Go Large on Blu-ray today. It's directed by David Frankel and it's rated PG-13.
We want to salute the official coffee inside the Bill and Jessica show.
Yes.
Rise and Grind Columbia Supreme from Delmarva Health through CBD right there in Berlin. Shout out to Nathan and Dawn for coming through yesterday. They got incredible products. Stop on by, check them out. And if you mention Bill and Jessica, you get 10% off.
Oh, nice.
Yep. 10% off
awesome.
In the store.
Great.
Go check them out. So it's great. We love it. Delmarva Health through CBD. And check out the coffee, man. It's excellent. It's excellent. Again, mention Bill and Jessica, you get 10% off. All right. So we got to get into this awful death of Shanquella Robinson.
Yeah, you brought this to my attention. I couldn't believe it.
I didn't really know too much about it until last night. My wife was like, man, have you heard about this? This is crazy. It's everywhere. And this is starting to really spread like wildfire as far as the story goes. And I'm going to play the story. But basically a girl and her girlfriends, they go, group. They went to Mexico on vacation. 24 hours later, she shows up dead. And now the FBI is involved. But everybody has a different story.
That's a shame.
So check this out right here.
So many people have been writing the show desperate for any update on the death of Shanquella Robinson. Her family is desperate too. By now, the videos perhaps popped up in your timeline on social media. It's just so damaging just to see it. Imagine what she went through. There is a significant update. The FBI is now on the case with the field office out of Charlotte investigating her death. And let's remind you, this young woman's family also working to find answers, piece together her final moments, what happened to her as well. Here's what we know. Let's show you that because her family is speaking out as well today. As we said, the FBI office in Charlotte has opened the investigation. The 25-year-old Robinson, 6 of her friends, arrived in Cabo San Lucas. That was on October 28th. Less than 24 hours later, she was dead. NBC News is reporting that Mexican authorities have released very little information, but police in Cabo San Lucas, they have also confirmed in a separate statement that they too are investigating her death. This young woman's 58-year-old father, Bernard Robinson, believes his daughter was set up after seeing, can you imagine this father, seeing the brutal video circulating online of his daughter being beaten up. Atlanta Black Star has this from the father, an emotional interview. He gave it to TMZ. It was posted the same day of Shanquella Robinson's funeral. Bernard Robinson wanted the narrative to be clear about his daughter, and here's what he says. There was no physical altercation. They attacked her, he said. And he added that his daughter is not the fighting type as displayed in this horrific video, her unwillingness to fight back while being attacked by an unnamed woman. Still don't have an identity on the woman in the video. Let's put up a still. We've chosen not to show you any more of this disgusting video, her final moments alive, naked, vulnerable. Shanquella's being beaten. And it certainly does support the idea that something more nefarious occurred here. The grieving father said this: it just seems like that was a plot because they couldn't have done that here, meaning at home where all her friends are. It wouldn't have went down like that.
Now, the video is just horrific. It is floating around online. And it looks like she is in like the hotel room or whatever where they were staying, and or the house. I don't know where they were staying at, but who's filming? That's what I want to know too.
I know the
That's
headline
a whole
here
question.
just says woman records the disgusting moment just before her friends fatally turn on her.
Yeah, like what's going on here?
Her father says, Jackson, in just thinking about what she went through, and I mean it, I can't watch. I cannot look when this pops up on the timeline. But just thinking about what her family's going through. Your daughter goes on vacation, then you get a phone call. The people that she left with say alcohol poisoning. She's never coming home to you, and then that video surfaces. You can't unsee it, but you're desperate for answers.
Yeah, one of the friends had said, "Oh, she died of alcohol poisoning." But then all of a sudden, this video gets released.
Wow. I mean, what I'm reading here, it says the North Carolina woman who died under mysterious circumstances at this luxury Mexican resort was treated by a doctor at the scene and was alive for close to 3 hours after her injury, according to a shocking police report. And that contradicts her death certificate. Shanquella Robinson's death certificate claims that she died within 15 minutes of suffering a spinal cord injury while vacationing last month in Mexico. But the Charlotte Observer obtained a police report that reveals that Dr. Quirderes of the American Medical Center was with the 25-year-old for almost 3 hours before she was pronounced dead. According to the police report, which the paper obtained from a journalist, says that this happened. The person was summoned. She's from Greensboro, North Carolina. She was with one of 6 friends believed to have traveled to Mexico. And the doctor said that Robinson, who she said was told was she drank a lot of alcohol, had stable vital signs, but was dehydrated and unable to talk.
But then she had her friend.
But now this video gets released. So did this doctor show up and they said, oh, she's just had so much to drink. And the doctor's there thinking that the vital signs are okay. She's dehydrated, unable to talk. But really, she was suffering from being beaten up.
Yeah, possibly.
What are your thoughts?
Well, first, my thoughts is I can't even imagine being in that situation. You know, I don't have any children, so it's not something that, you know, I can't even imagine that type of pain. But clearly, you know, I agree that this was a situation that she, you know, just got beat down like that in another country that likely, obviously had some premeditated thought put into it. And it's definitely important, not just that the family gets closure and justice, but these types of things are important for foreign relations. So it's important that the United States and the Mexican authorities really get to the bottom of this, not just to, you know, again, provide closure and justice for the family, but to make sure that these types of things aren't, you know, instances that people fear as they go, whether it be to Mexico or to other countries. So it's important that this really gets seen through publicly.
That's something to think about.
Man.
That's definitely something to think about.
Yeah, and you know, as I said, so many people have been writing, and they want, and you know, Dr. Ritchie's going to stay on this. Indisputable will stay on the story. The father, let's show you more of what he had to say. His daughter's silence. He is her voice, if you will, at this point. And here's what else he said, reflecting on the moments he's going to miss with his daughter, with emotions pouring over. They put a hole in my heart. That was my only child. I can't even be a granddaddy, can't even walk her down the aisle, can't even hear her say, Daddy. The family was told by his daughter's friends she died from alcohol poisoning, but he is not convinced that's the truth. Her body arrived back in the US. Mr. Robinson said she had bruises on her face. Another quote, I cried like a baby when I opened that box, saw her there. She had a knot on the corner of her head. Her lip was cut. Her eye was swollen. Deep down in my heart, I knew it was not alcohol poisoning.
And, you know, the video's surfacing. I mean, the video's going around.
That's terrible.
So we will definitely be following the story. I know that now, like I said, the FBI is investigating the horrific death, Shanquella Robinson.
Yeah. And more that I'm reading here says that the group says that they wanted to transfer Robinson to the hospital. The friends were insisting, no, just treat her here at the villa. The doctor tried to administer an IV without success. After about an hour, she suffered a brief seizure. This is again on the police report. At about 4:20 p.m., the patient's friend, and they do name that person here, called 911 to request an ambulance, the document says. In the meantime, the patient presented difficulty breathing and a lowered pulse, so they started giving her rescue breaths. They started CPR at 4:49. Her heart soon stopped beating, and then the observation was taken again at 5:25 p.m. when the police arrived. Police say that the paramedics administered a total of 14 rounds of CPR, 5 doses of adrenaline, and 6 discharges of the shock treatment without success, according to the report.
Wow. Okay.
The doctor pronounced Robinson dead at 5:57 p.m.
Well, we will definitely be following the story and keep you up to date with any new information that we find. And,
That's sad.
you know, like I said, it's starting to spread like wildfire. So I hope that it does continue and we try to find justice for this this family. So just awful. 7:23, it's the Bill and Jessica show. Here's Lil Nas X.